Hi everyone, it's Myriam and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first time you stumbled onto my work. It's lovely to have you all. I hope you're all really well. I wanted to apologise for not having a video last week. I know you're all really lovely and really understanding. I was just really busy. I was planning on uploading this video that you see here actually, but the painting wasn't quite finished and I wasn't entirely sure what to do with it, and so I decided that instead of rushing it and finishing it just for the sake of the video, I would just take a few days and finish it to the standard I wanted it to, just tweak it until I felt like I was ready for it, and so now here it is. So before I jump into talking about the painting in this video, I quickly wanted to let you guys know that if you pre-ordered a booklet, if you ordered a print in the past week or anything like that, your order should now have shipped. I have shipped all the orders I got before the 7th of December, unless you're a patron, in which case I'll be sending everything next week, along with any physical rewards that you are due. And if you order anything this weekend or Monday, I will be shipping everything on Tuesday, and then I'm flying back home to France for a couple of weeks for Christmas on the 13th. So anything that you guys order from the 11th of December all the way after Christmas will be shipped when I come back in January. So be aware of that if you order anything after the 11th of December, I won't be able to ship it until I come back in the beginning of January. This video that you're watching now will be the one before last, before I take a Christmas break. I will have one last video next week. It'll be a vlog of me packaging all your orders and just generally getting ready for Christmas and that kind of thing. And then afterwards I'll take a couple weeks break for Christmas. I am interested and I'm thinking of maybe filming a vlog while I'm in my hometown in France, in the mountains. So I thought that if maybe you guys were interested in seeing a little bit of my French life over Christmas, let me know in the comments if there's something that you'd be interested in. I think it could be quite cool because I really like my hometown. It's visually quite beautiful, and I'm looking forward to filming a few snippets there, and I'm just really looking forward to going for walks in the mountains and stuff like that. So if you want me to share that kind of thing, I'm hoping to get some painting and some sketching done while I'm there too, because I feel like I haven't really been able to sketch properly for a while, so I'm looking forward to having a bit of a break and doing that. So if you're interested in seeing a vlog of that kind of side of my life, I'd be more than happy to film a small vlog about it. And talking about next year, I have tons of projects of all sorts that I'm looking forward to sharing with you, and one of the things that I really want to get back into next year is sculpting, because I think a lot of my concept would be really cool in 3D. So if you'd be interested in seeing videos of me sculpting my pieces, I would love to share them. I know it's a bit different from me painting, so I want to diversify my channel a little bit. I love painting and recording what I do and doing time lapses and stuff, but I don't want things to become stale. I don't want every video to be the same, so I'm planning a few tutorials and planning a few experiments with new mediums and stuff like that, and I'm kind of interested in bringing sculpting into my channel a little bit more. So if you guys are interested in seeing me do some different things in the future, let me know in the comments. I always love hearing from you. And actually I do have a question regarding what you like seeing on YouTube, and if you follow other artists, I'd love to hear who you follow and exactly why you like their content. Not necessarily because you like their art. I'm assuming that if you follow them you probably do like their art, but more what you like about how they put their videos together. I'm sure a lot of you will mention Minnie because her editing is just so gorgeous and she's just such a lovely personality on screen and everything. So I follow Minnie myself quite avidly because I think she's incredible at what she does. So that kind of thing, if you're interested in, if you like that kind of editing that Minnie does, or if there's other artists out there that you like what they talk about or how they put their videos together, just things like that, I'd be interested in knowing tidbits of the things that you like, so that maybe I can push my content a little bit further next year. Now let's move on to talking about this painting a little bit, because it was actually quite a big step forward for me. I decided to push my skin tones a lot further than I usually would, because in my pieces generally I've always been quite shy with skin tones, especially in watercolour. I struggle with the fact that watercolour dries a lot lighter. I find that even worse in the watercolours than I do in gouache. I've kind of gotten used to that in gouache, so I think it doesn't jar me as much. But because I'm using watercolour a lot more extensively now than I did a few months back, I'm coming to grips with that again. I was getting used to it in the past few years because I was using watercolour so much, and then I stopped when I got to use gouache so much, and I was trying to get to know that more. And then now that I'm back to using watercolour, and now that I'm using it in conjunction with gouache, I have to get used to the fact that it needs a lot of layering again. And so I've been struggling with being afraid of going too far, and I've kept my skin tones quite light and with not that many colours mixed in, not a very high contrast and that kind of thing. So I decided in this piece that I wanted to have richer skin tones. I wanted my skin tones to be a lot more vibrant, with a lot more colours and variation and more volume basically, and I'm gonna keep practicing that because I want to get to a stage where I feel like my drawings are a little more 3D than I think they are currently. And in this piece I went a lot more bold than I usually would. I used a lot of blue, I used a lot of brown, I used a lot of purple, and I didn't let myself be afraid of adding layers. And instead of listening to the voice I was like, you're gonna ruin it, you really like this concept, don't ruin it, I just told me to shut up and and just went in. Every time I felt like it needed more, I would go in and add more, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'll be honest, I was so scared. Halfway through it I just stared at it and I felt like crying because I was like, I've ruined it, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going with this, I really like this painting and I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm just going in the wrong direction. And then I got past the ugly stage that I'm sure we all live through, and then I realised that I actually really like this. I really like those skin tones, and I think one of the things that I would want to practice a bit more are values. So I want to practice, I think there's not that much difference in value between the two characters, but at the same time that plays into the imagery because they are pretty entangled, and it's also almost like they are drawn to becoming one person together, but something is stopping them. It's about complicated relationships with ourselves and others, this piece, more or less. I didn't think of it that way when I started painting it, but now that I'm looking at it, it's very much about how complicated it is to have a relationship with any kind of human. And so I think the fact that there's not that much difference in colouring and value between the two characters actually plays with the meaning somewhat, but in the future, if that's not an imagery that I necessarily want to convey, then I want to be able to play on values between two different characters so that some of them stand out more than others and stuff like that, and they're on different planes in the image and stuff and that kind of thing. So I need more practice, but I'm always happy to do so. So you'll definitely see a bit more of this in the future. But I feel like I got in the right direction. For example, I really love the arm on the left of the image, the one that's cupping the head of the other. I feel like I went in the right direction with the volumes of the muscles and that kind of thing, and the colours, and I wasn't afraid to leave some blank, some page that was still white and stuff like that. I always find that's really quite beautiful with watercolour, and I want to incorporate that a bit more instead of giving into the urge of covering my entire page. It's all stuff that I need to practice. But one advice that I got from my stepmother, who's a really proficient watercolorist, when I was very young, I was starting to get into painting, and a piece of advice that she gave me for watercolor was that a really good element to do was to try and find the colors you used in one part of the painting in another part of the painting, because that way it kind of tied the whole image together and it made it visually more appealing. And so I've been trying to include that into my work a little bit more too. So this piece is gouache and watercolor because I think that's just the direction I'm gonna go, because I love putting the two materials together. And it's called Eternal, and I explained a little bit about the imagery, but I'd love to hear how you guys interpret it, how you guys see it, what it makes you feel, all that kind of thing. You know how I love hearing your interpretations of my work, because it's as much part of the piece itself to hear what you think about it as it is my own interpretation. So I hope you guys liked this painting and liked this video, and I hope that you're all really well. Thank you so much for your support this year. I can't start gushing about how much I appreciate you all because it's the end of the video and I probably won't have the time for all the gushing I just want to do. But thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.